What is going on, YouTube people? New Cards and Comics here today. Will this finally be the thing that people just don't forget about and move on from? In the hobby, the sports card world, and the card world in general, people tend to have a very short memory on scams, scandals, nonsense, shenanigans, whatever you want to call it, where someone does something dumb, it's the zeitgeist for a couple of weeks, it makes the rounds, everyone's fired up about it, it's the end of the world, and then a couple months later, no one really cares about it anymore. We've seen it with group submitters doing bad stuff, companies doing dumb stuff, card cleaning, and now the latest one is box scanning, CT scanning. This has been brewing now for the course of almost 2 months from when that very first Instagram reel got posted with the logo man. A couple weeks later, myself and others did videos on that, and then it has just continued to progress at a very rapid pace from there. But will this finally be the tipping point of significance, of long-lasting significance? Now, there's still a lot we don't know. Sports Card Madness has an interview with this company that's dropping over the weekend, I believe. And they did an Instagram live reel, whatever, last night about it. And I know Dustin talked about this morning in his video. I initially wasn't even going to do a video today. I was going to take today off. And then I was driving around this afternoon for work and just kind of like thinking about stuff. And if half of the things that they hint at in their teaser for this end up becoming true, there could be some real nonsense next week. They were hinting at potentially scans tying back to breakers and in between people, like maybe distribution, maybe big time dealers, the whole 9 yards. That there may actually be video evidence of some of this stuff that could come to light quickly. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. We'll see what happens with this interview that he has. But I could tell you, since that reel dropped, there has been a lot of chatter behind the scenes. DMs, just people kind of worrying about what potentially could be coming here, which makes me think that whatever they have lined up is probably going to be more accurate than not, or that there are people in the space know or have hints or have heard rumors of this stuff going on, and this is going to be like the nail in the coffin of the proof that they finally need for it. So we'll see what happens with that interview. But where I kind of wanted to go with this, let's go to make-believe land. We're going to go to the what-if universe. We're going to go to Marvel what-if. What if this ends up being that, they can legitimately tie back that particular breakers were scanning boxes, that potentially distribution was scanning boxes, retailers, we don't know yet. But in this make-believe land that we're going to travel to, let's pretend Neo Breaks, I just made up my own breaking company, that they have video proof of a card that I hit in one of my breaks being scanned, as in, we don't know yet, potentially they did the scan or they're aware of a scan. And then I end up breaking that product, and lo and behold, oh, look, we hit the logo man. What would that mean for the industry, potentially? I mean, we could go all doom and gloom and say this is the end of breaking, everything's going to zero, sealed wax is toast. We get super hyperbolic if we want to. But I don't 100% know if that'll be the case or not. Will this still be one of those things that the hobby moves past and forget? We'll have to see what the details are. But if that is the case, it could be immediate impacts to anyone implied in this at minimum. Now, is breaking as a whole going to stop? No. Distribution as a whole? No. Selling of sealed wax? No. But could individual entities, if they got wrapped up into this and there is, hard evidence that they were, That's scary. That could have real quick repercussions on things. I think it's clear at this point, regardless of what you think, this probably has been going on to some degree or another for a lot longer than all of us realize. And I think this could potentially be bigger than what a lot of us all realized from when this thing all kind of became public a couple of months ago. I don't even know if it was 2 months ago, but probably about 2 months ago from that first Instagram reel being posted. And I don't know what the fix is. In the tease video, Sports Card Madness mentions that the company basically says that they have trouble with vintage packs. So essentially just old school straight cardboard cards are a little bit trickier to pick up anything on because they're all basically the same. There is no difference in texture, basically. I believe they are going to test some packs of 86 Fleer, is what he mentioned in the teaser, to see if they can find a Jordan or not. You know, that would be obviously very significant if you could all of a sudden, you know, and now they have, this has been updated since the last time I looked at their webpage, they have case scanning on there. You know, there was that sealed case of 86 Fleer floating around. I remember that Whatnot stream they did a couple nationals ago. I think it was the AC National, where the box was out of sequence. If all of a sudden you could scan an 86 Fleer box and know exactly how many Jordans are in there, that's pretty damn scary. That's pretty damn scary. I guess there is like a legitimate use case for it, for confirming that the contents inside a box are indeed accurate. But the negative of it probably outweighs any positives that would come here. You know, anything that someone would use this for on the to do good side of it probably does not outweigh the bad of it. And I don't know how. I think there's been hints at technology in regards to the manufacturers might be able to put something on the outside of the box, like a sticker or a ribbon or something that would change color or show if it went through one of these devices. So let's pretend that's the case and that they could do something like that. That fixes it going forward. Great. Okay, they can put this sticker on the outside of the box. Maybe it's the hologram that you see on the outside of a lot of boxes, whatever it needs to be. And if it's just like a white color and all of a sudden it turns neon pink, that means that the box has been CT scanned. At least now you know to avoid that box. Okay, I don't want anything to do with that one before you buy into the break. Hey, show me the scan stickers to make sure everything is good. That could solve things going forward. However, there is a large chunk of cards. Let's pretend that they can't detect just regular paper cards. Like 86 Fleer is air quotes safe. Basically, everything from the 90s and the last 20 some years would be open for scanning. That is a lot of stuff. We've already seen they can easily detect patch cards. Apparently, it's easy for them to spot autos. It would probably be easy for them to spot serial numbers on cards, even if you don't know the specific player. But my guess is on a lot of this stuff, they could probably tell the specific player, either by the image or by maybe even seeing the name itself. So if this is as widespread and prevalent as it could possibly be, this could have absolutely massive ramifications on a ton of different things. And the companies, like I said, we'll see what comes out this weekend. The major manufacturers need to move quickly on this if this is indeed the case, to get a fix in, to stop the bleeding, if you will. And then we'll see what happens. You know, does high-end, I think at minimum, high-end sealed wax could be in for a rocky road. If you have Flawless, NT, Dynasty, Exquisite, any of that high-end product where, you know, it would be nothing to pay a couple $100 to get a Flawless case scanned. Or how much would you pay to get, you know, Shine open that case of Exquisite that he apparently got scammed on. Maybe, maybe not. We don't really know. What if you could pay $1,000 to scan that? $500. Someone's going to do it because the outcome on that box is so massive because the cards are worth so much money. So the next few days could be interesting leading into next week. This is all leading up to Fanatics Fest, which could be intriguing. We'll see what happens. We will see what comes out. But will this, if this goes as sideways as it potentially could, and once again, we don't know quite yet. This is very much of a speculative video, typically not my style, but this just feels like, it just feels like something's brewing. I have no inside information on this at all, but just based on the reel and then based on people's reactions to the reel or the teaser, whatever you want to call it, the Instagram teaser that they posted, it just feels like something is brewing in the water. That, like, you know, you're swimming around the water and off camera, people could see the shark. People see Jaws. The music is playing. You don't see it because you're just treading water. You're having a good old time. But underneath the waves, Jaws is coming, and everyone knows it except for you. It feels like that's where the hobby's at right now with this. Like I said, I hope to be wrong, but it could be a very interesting next few days, as it feels like this thing could come to a head very, very soon. That's all I got for you, boys and girls. Something lighter tomorrow. I pre-recorded a video already. We're just going to look at some cool cards. I went through a couple sections of my PC, some various sections of my PC. I'm sure that video will perform like crap because it's collector focused, showing off cards, and that's not what people want to watch. But I just felt like doing it. I needed a little bit of a change of pace from all the nonsense and shenanigans. So we'll see what the future holds. Curious for your thoughts and comments, as always, down below. Catch you on the next one. Peace.